When our hero, named Brian, rescued a trapped baby dolphin from the rocks, he was overjoyed. He felt fortunate to be there at the right moment to assist the distressed animal. However, little did Brian know that there was no cause for celebration yet, as he was about to witness something terrible. Brian had lived for a long time in a small coastal town on the Caribbean Sea. He was considered one of the best scuba diving guides in the area. One day, Brian decided to go swimming alone since tourists were not due for a few more hours. He chose a spot for diving that was rarely frequented by other divers and was known for its extraordinary beauty. As Brian was enjoying the magnificent scenery in the company of equally magnificent fish, he suddenly heard excited shouts from foreign tourists on the shore. Swimming closer, he saw the tourists pointing towards sharp rocks. Although Brian couldn't make out what they were shouting, he understood that some misfortune had occurred. He swam towards the rocks and suddenly heard a plaintive squeak coming from them. Recognizing the sounds as those of a dolphin, he approached. Near the rocks, Brian saw a very young dolphin calf trapped among the stones. The animal could not free itself from this dangerous trap. Without a moment's hesitation, Brian carefully freed the baby and returned it to the sea. The dolphin squeaked again, this time joyfully. It circled its rescuer a few times before disappearing into the ocean depths. Brian smiled contentedly, glad to have helped the little one and that everything had ended well. Just as he was about to head back, the same dolphin calf reappeared before him. Brian thought the animal simply wanted to play and decided to stay a little longer. He didn't mind interacting with the lovely sea creature. However, the dolphin was acting strangely. It began circling him again, then sped off in the direction it had previously swum away from. Brian realized the dolphin calf was somehow asking him to follow. Feeling compelled, Brian followed. They swam for a long time, and Brian began to regret following the animal. He wondered if it was pointless. Maybe the animal didn't actually want anyone to follow it. Exhausted, Brian surfaced and found himself in a small cove. He noticed a fishing boat there, even though commercial fishing was strictly prohibited in these waters. These must be poachers. Brian continued swimming after the dolphin calf, trying to stay unnoticed. Suddenly, he saw large nets filled with many rare fish and an adult dolphin entangled in them. The animal looked frightened and miserable. Brian immediately rushed to help the dolphin. He carefully cut all the netting that prevented the animal from breaking free, realizing it was a female. Surely the mother of the calf he had already met, as the baby dolphin swam nearby the whole time. When the mother was freed, she cried out joyfully, as if thanking Brian for rescuing her. After that, she disappeared into the vastness of the sea, along with her calf. Only now did Brian think that the dolphin calf had likely ended up on the rocks, not by chance. It had wanted to get the tourist to help his mother, but ended up getting trapped instead. How fortunate that Brian happened to be nearby just in time to save these wonderful animals, and how great that he had decided to follow the young dolphin calf after all, despite his fatigue. When Brian reached the shore, he immediately called the Coast Guard. The police arrived quickly, and the poachers did not manage to escape. They were caught red-handed. The police officers thanked Brian for his assistance, then asked him to help free the fish caught in the poachers' nets. Just like that, the whole day slipped by unnoticed. But our hero, despite feeling utterly exhausted, still experienced joy and satisfaction. After all, today he had been able to help so many sea creatures. That was the most important thing. Brian had always loved dolphins, and today he not only encountered these amazing animals, but also rescued them from peril. Someone else might have simply ignored the faint squeak they heard or not wanted to spend their time doing what our hero did. Fortunately, there are people in this world who strive to get to the bottom of a situation and do everything in their power. That's exactly who Brian turned out to be. Despite the difficulties, he showed determination and saw it through to the end. See you soon.